Good afternoon and welcome to the Barbara Stevens Court inside the Dana Center on the campus of Bentley University here in Waltham, Massachusetts. For today's game, a big Northeast 10 conference game it is between the Bentley Falcons, ranked 4th in the country, tops in the NE10, and the second place team, the Southern Connecticut State University Owls. Good to have you here with us this afternoon on this chilly but sunny Saturday afternoon. Stevens Adderley high above courtside. A big game ahead of us between Bentley and Southern Connecticut State. Their second meeting this year. The Falcons defeated the Owls in Connecticut back at the beginning of December, trying to make it a season sweep here over Southern Connecticut and establish what would be a 3-game lead in the Northeast 10 conference standings. But the Owls determined to get a piece back of against Bentley and get themselves a W this afternoon. Before the start of the game, before we actually set the scene for the game, though, we have a ceremony which will celebrate Bentley's 50th year of women's basketball. Storied Bentley program over the years, has played over 1,500 all-time games. Lots of great former players are back here today. So we're going to actually take the opportunity to turn this over to the PA announcer and let you enjoy the ceremony prior to our Bentley Southern Connecticut State game.
Let's say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Bentley University's Dana Center, home of your Bentley Falcons. Today's Northeast 10 matchup features the visitors, the Southern Connecticut State Owls, and your Bentley Falcons. But before today's match, we have a little bit of a celebration here. So before today's game, please help us celebrate 50 years of Bentley University women's basketball, as well as the players and coaches who have been a part of what has been an amazing run of excellence. That's right, first match here, certainly for these numbers, folks. There have only been 5 coaches in the program's storied history. Darryl Leonard got started and was followed by Paul Mullen, Kathy Sanborn, Barbara Stevens, and the first alum to serve as head coach, C. White. All of them have experienced great success during their time at the helm. What a magnificent 50 years it has been. We'd like to cover all the highlights, but there just isn't enough time for it since we have a basketball game to play. Well, let's touch on some of the major accomplishments. There have been 1,192 wins in 1,500 games. That's a winning rate of 79.5%. Both the win total and the winning percentage are the 3rd highest in NCAA Division II history. They've spent 362 weeks in the Division II top 25, 218 weeks in the top 10, 132 weeks in the top 5, and 20 weeks ranked number 1. A record 26 Northeast 10 regular season championships. A record 23 Northeast 10 tournament championships. A record 38 NCAA Division II tournament appearances. A record 66 wins in NCAA tournament play. A record 14 NCAA Division II regional championships and trips to the Elite 8. 10 Final Fours. In 1990, reaching the NCAA Division II National Championship game for the first time in program's history. And in 2014, a perfect 35-0 record in the NCAA Division II National Championship under the leadership of Naismith Hall of Famer Barbara Stevens. It's been an amazing half-century, and we're all looking forward to what the next 50 years will bring. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the court the Bentley women's basketball alumni assembled here today as they showcase some of the many Northeast 10 NCAA tournament championship trophies our teams have won over the last 50 years of the program. I know it's a lot of hard work, but yeah, get into the center court. We're going to have you guys take a picture. Let's give one more big, massive round of applause for 50 years of Bentley women's basketball, folks.
And a great way to honor Bentley's history by having so many former players back. They need them all because there are so many regional championship trophies to carry out, including the 2014 National Championship. Barbara Stevens had it, handed it off, and now goes off and just bees with her former players for a while. We'll take a quick break before we start this game. A couple more minutes for the players to warm up. And when we check back in a couple minutes, we'll run through the starting fives and get you ready for the actual game this afternoon between Bentley and Southern Connecticut State. You're watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. And welcome back to the Dana Center as Bentley and Southern Connecticut get set to tip it off here today. The battle of top two teams in the Northeast 10 Conference. Bentley 17-1 overall, 9-1 in conference play. Southern Connecticut State 15-3 overall, 8-3 in the league. So obviously a lot on the line here for these two teams. Even though the second half of the conference season is just underway, it does have a lot of relevance both down the line in the NE10 conference tournament and maybe down the line in the NCAA tournament. Starting fives for the two teams are very familiar if you watched either one at all. Bentley's starters stay the same for the 19th straight game this season, led by Maggie Whitmore, Kylie DuCharme, and Amanda Cabantu, all three averaging in double figures. Whitmore leading the way, 12.3 at 11 plus per game. DuCharme and Cabantu. DuCharme leads Bentley in rebounding at 8 per game. Cassidy Yeomans and Brooke Obar round out the starting five for the Falcons under C. White's direction, her fifth season, 85-26 at the helm. We're taking a look here at Southern Connecticut State starting five. Katie Williamson, number 21, is their top scorer. She averages over 17 points a game, second best in the NE10. It's an experienced starting five for Southern Connecticut State and one that has been attacked almost the whole year. Williamson missed their last game against Franklin Pierce, but is back today. Delaney Haynes, one of the top all-around players in the NE10, averaging 16 points per game. Second in the league in minutes per game, is the key player in the backcourt. Hope Fox and Jillian Martin also in the backcourt for Southern Connecticut. Fox averaging 11 points per game, and Martin tossing in 6.5. Rounding up the starting five is Raina Steinauer for Southern Connecticut, who averages just under 10 points a game and leads the team in rebounding at over 6 per contest. Head coach for the Owls is Kate Lynch, Southern Connecticut State Hall of Famer, their all-time leading scorer, and a player who also knows what it's like to win a national title. She was part of the team that won the NCAA Division II crown back in 2007, and Lynch has been at the helm of her alma mater for 9 seasons, now 140 wins in those 9 seasons, and directing one of the best teams in the league and the region this year. So let's take a look at Bentley's starting five being announced here for the Falcons. They had the midweek off. They played last against St. Anselm last Saturday, a game that they did not lead until there were 6 seconds remaining. Cabantu made 2 free throws to put Bentley ahead for the first time, and the only time they needed to, and they ended up with a 60-58 victory. Southern Connecticut State coming off a 65-37 thumping of Adelphi in their last game. That was after they were surprisingly upended at Franklin Pierce last Saturday, 57-56. And courtesy of former Bentley Falcon Janessa Gonzalez making a free throw with 1 second left to win the game for Franklin Pierce and give Bentley a little bit more cushion atop the Northeast 10 Conference standings. The Falcons under the direction of C. White, along with Ann McInerney and Christiana Bacolas, experienced staff there. Take a look at Nia Morgan and Sierra Norman on the bench, two of the top reserves for Bentley. We'll see a lot of them this afternoon as well. Bentley, of course, wearing the home whites. Southern Connecticut State in the road blues. Bentley 7-1 here at the Dana Center. Southern Connecticut State 5-2 on their travels this season. It'll be Williams and DuCharme to tip it off. And we are underway at the Dana Center in what is actually a rematch of last year's Northeast 10 Conference title game. The Falcons won that one 64-49. They pulled away in the fourth quarter of a close game to prevail and win their third straight conference title. Williamson misses the first shot of the game, but the Falcons turn it over in transition. Top two scoring teams in the ND10. In this game, Southern Connecticut leads the league 73.5. Bentley at 71 and change is second. Both are also terrific defensive teams. Open three, top of the key is good for Jillian Martin. And we get a whistle as Brooke Obar slow to get up. But the Owls draw first blood with Martin's three, her 15th of the season. Both teams are proficient from three-point territory. Bentley is among the best in the region. They lead the league in percentage at 38%. They make about 8 per game. Southern Connecticut shoots 33%. As we take a look, Obar off the ball, took a shot there. Yeah, it got poked in the eye, it looked like. Fortunately, she's able to shake it off and get to the bench without any help. But it'll take her a few moments to gather her wits. Nia Morgan, last year's ND10 Rookie of the Year, checks in to replace her. And the Owls, a little bit of three-quarter court pressure, trying to throw a wrinkle with Bentley. Yeomans and Whitmore get it up over half court. And now Bentley settles into it. Whitmore straight on for three, wide right. Kept alive by DuCharme, and she's fouled. Trying to pass it out. Hope Fox on her back. See DuCharme getting nice inside position. 7th in the league in rebounding. She and Cabantu basically dead even now for offensive rebounds on this team. Each grab about 2.5 per game. Owls drop into man here this time off the inbound. Yeomans with a hesitation dribble in the paint, tosses it up. Won't go, but you get a couple of free throws as Bentley tries to get on board. A little hesitation, things opened up for Yeomans. We'll get to the foul line where she is 15 of 21 this season. Bentley leads the all-time series between these two teams 36-12. They've played each other every year since the 1981-82 season, the side of the COVID year, of course. And Bentley a 78-59 winner in the first game between these two teams. A surprisingly one-sided game. The Falcons shot a season-best 57% in that game, led by 17 at the half. And went on to cruise to victory. Yeomans connects on both free throws, and now it's Bentley's turn to put some pressure up court. Martin breaks it, and now peels back to run it in the half court. Both teams have lots of experience on the floor. Look at Southern Connecticut State. They're looking at all upperclassmen. Falcons get a turnover here. The Haynes pass picked off by Whitmore. Bentley looks for their first lead. DuCharme inside, gets fouled. And she'll get free throws. That might be number 2 on Fox. It's always nice to reward the post player for running the floor. And indeed, it is 2 on Fox. So Kate Lynch going to the bench and turning to junior transfer Allie Sentence. She crossed state to come to Southern Connecticut State from Central Connecticut State. First free throw is good for DuCharme. Sentence one of 2 Canadian natives on this team, along with Raina Steinauer, both hail from Ontario. As DuCharme, an outstanding foul shooter, 86%, second best in the ND10, connects on both. Falcons 4-4 at the free throw line. They have their first lead. Sentence gets her first touch. Now it goes to Williamson, mid-range jumper left side is way too strong. Falcons have to get going in transition. DuCharme gets Steinauer off balance, tries to step through, misses the first try. Second one is up and good. First field goal for Bentley. And they stretch the lead. So after giving up an early 3, Falcons have looked good offensively. Bentley shooting 45% as a team. Tops in the ND10. Southern Connecticut over 43%, third best. Martin tries another 3 and sticks another 3. She's made both of Southern Connecticut's baskets. and ties the game at 6. Whitmore out for Yeomans. Doesn't force it. Now Cabantu coming off a career game, 23 last week against St. Anselm, to DuCharme inside. And she misses the spinning jump hook. Sentence for Haynes, an excellent three-point shooter, launches and hits her first shot of the day. So it's all about the three right now for Southern Connecticut. Haynes has made 50 of them this season, now 51 at 35%. Puts the Owls back ahead. Bentley ranked 4th in this week's WBCA poll. 3rd straight week they've been 4th. The Owls have been in and out of the poll. There's Morgan, steps back for 3 behind the Whitmore screen, and she hits it. Nia Morgan, statistically the best three-point shooter in all of Division II, almost 51%. Falcons force a turnover as Martin falls down. Yeomans up ahead on the pass out from Morgan for 2. Bentley turning defense into offense a couple of times here. Now again, it's Martin bringing it up court. Williamson trapped in the corner, just tosses it off DuCharme's thigh and out of bounds. And that allows Southern Connecticut State to turn to Renza Milner, senior from Carlsbad, California. She'll replace Steinauer. Take a look again at that good hustle from Morgan. And a quick look up ahead. Just flipped it underhand into Yeoman's path, saving time, giving her an easy look for 2. Sentence airmails the 3 as we come back to the live action. Whitmore hands off for Morgan. Drops behind the screen. Now Whitmore tries the 3. No luck on the bounce. Bentley a nicely balanced team. Whitmore's actually 10th in the conference in scoring at 12.3 a game. Southern Connecticut has 2 of the top 4 scorers. And there's Ali Sentence stepping up with a 3. So the Owls have made 4 shots. They've all been 3s and lead at 12-11. Cross-court pass to Morgan. She tries the 3 and hits another one. Well, back and forth we go. It's a 3-point fest here. The Owls have 4, the Falcons have 2. Bentley back ahead by a pair. A relatively high-scoring first 5 minutes here at the Dana Center. Bentley among the best defensive teams in the country. Give up 51.7 points a game. 7th best in all of Division II. Don't look for a lot of turnovers either. These 2 teams are in the top 10 nationally in assist-to-turnover ratio. Williamson makes the catch inside, and Whitmore's going to be called for a blocking foul. Just didn't quite get set. Let's take another look. Quick rub screen from Williamson and Whitmore. That's a classic could go either way call. That one goes against Whitmore, Bentley's first foul. You have to think that both White and Lynch will be happy with their team's offenses so far. Williamson misses the mid-range 2. Just stick with the 3, Southern Connecticut. It's working well. Haven't made a 2 yet. Haven't taken a free throw. It's all 3s. A little bit more balanced here. Cabantu explodes to the hoop and gets fouled by Haynes. Not for a moment there we wouldn't get the whistle, but eventually we did. Look at that quick first step, just had Haynes a little off balance. And the swipe is Haynes, who was called for her 2nd foul. Get a substitution here for Southern Connecticut. Lizzie Litwinko, another transfer coming into the game. Meanwhile, Sierra Norman checks in for Bentley. As Cabantu gets set to take her 2 free throws. So Cabantu at the line mentioned that she made in essence, the winning free throws for Bentley the other day against St. Anselm. That 23 points, a career high for her. Filled the stat sheet as usual. She's been outstanding all season long. Double digits in 4 of her last 5 games. Averaging 11.2 a game, but for Cabantu, it's not solely about the scoring. Her defense, her energy, her offensive rebounding, all critical parts of this Bentley product this season. Makes both free throws, Bentley by 4. Martin for Litwinko, and she's called for a dribbling violation. Never really had full control of that, so we'll see how the Owls do here with both Fox and Haynes on the bench. See there, Litwinko got that left hand on the basketball as it was coming up to the hip. And hit the deck again. Fox averages almost 30 minutes a game. I mentioned Haynes averages over 36. The Owls force a steal. Sentence going to the deck to rip it away from Cabantu. DuCharme gives gives Williamson some space, and now it's Sentence. Looks screen and roll for Williamson. Nice feed, can't finish it. Second chance for Williamson is also no good. Third chance is finally good as Katie Williamson gets on the board. Second best scorer in the NE10 behind only St. Anselm's Melanie Hoyt. Gets her first bucket. Morgan probing behind a Norman screen. It's going to be so effective in those situations. Go off the dribble drive as well as taking the three. Option presents itself again. Litwinko tightly on her. Bullet pass in the corner. Cabantu keeps it alive. Shot clock at 2. Yeomans takes the three. Front iron, no. Nice defensive sequence for the Owls as they clear the glass. Martin. Oh, almost traveled there. Just got rid of the ball in time. And Cabantu called for the reach over the back on Litwinko. First, second on the team. Cabantu just a half step behind. And Brooke Obar back in the game. Good to see that after taking that poke in the eye in the first minute. She replaces Yeomans. Whitmore back in the game as well as Williamson can't hit the jumper. Struggling to get herself going here. She's 1 of 6. 47% shooter this year. Whitmore for 3. Had a clean look, but it's too strong. Rebound tipped off the hands of Milner into the clutches of Cabantu. Bentley gets a second chance. Whitmore in the lane on the drive. Tosses it up. Nope. Fight for the rebound. Here's Cabantu to get it. She gets undercut and fouled. And with the Owls now over the limit, Bentley will head to the free throw line. And that's Abanda Cabantu in a nutshell there. Sticks her nose in amongst two bigger players, keeps it alive, and then beats everybody else to it. And earns her way to a couple of free throws. Cabantu scored 16 in the game earlier this year between these two squads. Another excellent game there. 6 of 9 from the field. Made both of her threes and both of her free throws. Big benefit at the line here for Bentley in the first half, in the first quarter that is. On 5 Southern Connecticut fouls, they've taken 8 free throws and made all 8. And they lead it by 4. Bentley won't return to the Dana Center for a week and a half. 2 road games upcoming. Tuesday they're at Adelphi. And next Saturday at New Haven. They return here on Wednesday, February 5th to take on a red-hot Pace. Williamson misses the turnaround, looks for a whistle, gets none. The Falcons take it up the floor. Score would give them their biggest lead of the day so far. Here's Whitmore straight away. Hasn't gotten herself going offensively yet. And now Morgan using a Norman screen. And we get a travel as she didn't get rid of the basketball before she got rid of it. And that gives the ball back to the Owls. Raina Steinauer checks back in. Morgan with the extra step. And the travel. Officials, by the way, Ian Carey, Eric Ferris, and Bill Tarpey. Sentence. And now Milner. Williamson on the bench. Martin for 3. She's been hot so far. That one won't go. And Norman snares the rebound. Owls have gone 8 deep so far. Bentley 7. Obar. And now Whitmore looks inside for Norman. Gets a great seal. Gets space. No help on the weak side. And she lays it in for her first 2. Largest lead of the day so far for the Falcons. 8 of Bentley's 20 points have come from the bench. Steinauer tries the 3 left side, in and out. Rebounded by Cabantu. Well, Norman in the key, puts it to the floor. Off-balance shot is off the mark. Final minute of play in the first quarter. It's been a pretty lively one. The Owls are relying on the three. They've made 4 of them. And Bentley leads by 6. Sentence a little out of control, but gets the benefit of the whistle and a foul on Kabantu, which is her second. Kabantu. It is indeed her second, and she'll take a seat. We get a first appearance from Julia Eli for Bentley. As Allie Sentence will head to the free throw line, where she's 8 of 13 this season. Scored 10 in the win over Adelphi the other day, but wide right on the free throw. Southern Connecticut misses are pretty rare. They're almost an 80% free throw shooting team. It's just 7th best in all of Division II. Sentence makes the second. And Maya Henry checks in to replace her. But a 9 or 10 second difference between the shot and game clocks. Eli gets tied up by Sentence, and the arrow favors Bentley. So it will stay at this end. But Eli exposing the ball, allowing Sentence, who did a nice job denying the pass and then dropping down to reach in and tie it up. See Kate Lynch right behind Obar, urging her defense on. Falcons get it in bounds. Whitmore, the three is partially blocked by Milner, and loose ball picked up by Steinauer. Owls can hold for a final shot. Falcons have a foul to give. Litwinko works on Obar in the lane, tosses it up, and we'll get free throws. Of course, a foul to give means not a shooting foul. Isolation there for Litwinko, who missed 10 games earlier in the season after a good start, but is back now and averages 7 points a game. Litwinko from Berlin, Connecticut, graduate student transfer from NJIT, makes the first of 2. 14 of 18 at the free throw line this season for Litwinko. And connects on the second one as well. Falcons have enough time to get the ball in bounds and maybe get a shot. Inbound goes to Eli. Now for Yeomans. Should get a shot here. Yeomans drags the pivot foot and travels with 4/10 left. So 4/10 means shoot it right away or you're done. And the officials are talking about something or other. I think it's a clock issue. That gives C. White an opportunity to send Kylie DuCharme back onto the floor. Our officials there, Ian Carey, Eric Ferris, and Bill Tarpey. Litwinko, three-quarter court won't go, and that brings us to the end of an exciting first quarter at the Dana Center. 4th-ranked Falcons lead the Owls after a quarter, 20-17. We'll be back in a minute. You're watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. Back at the Dana Center, 1 quarter down, Falcons lead the Owls 20-17. Mentioned Bentley on the road for their next 2 games. Southern Connecticut State will travel on Tuesday as well. They'll take on Pace, a team that's in a three-way tie for third in the NE10 with New Haven and St. Anselm, then 2 home games against St. Michael's and Southern New Hampshire. Owls with the first possession in the second period. The runner from Hope Fox is off the iron. And Yeomans brings it up court for Bentley. Yeomans, Morgan, Eli, DuCharme, and Obar. Morgan inside the foul line misses the jumper ball. Is tipped out of play by the Owls. So it will stay Bentley basketball. Falcons shot 36% in the first quarter. Southern Connecticut 33. Take a look at Morgan's miss. Southern Connecticut 4-6 from three-point land, 1 of 9 from two-point territory. Bentley a +5 on the glass, 12-7. It's a strong point for Bentley. They lead the league in rebound margin on the top 10 in the country in that category as well. Here's Whitmore, flips it out in between Morgan and DuCharme. Good effort from Morgan to try and keep it in play, but can't do it. Yeah, the turnover gives the ball to Southern Connecticut. Interestingly, these are 2 of the 3 programs in women's basketball in the NE10 that have won national championships. In and out for 3 by by Haynes. It's out of bounds off Obar. The other being New Haven, but New Haven did it before they joined the Northeast 10 Conference, part of the old New England Collegiate Conference, of which Southern Connecticut was a part before they departed and joined the NE10. Inbound goes to Williamson. Owls with their original starters on the floor, by the way. Steinauer looks for a cut in the middle. Martin tries to get away from Norman, from Morgan that is, does, and gets it to drop. Well, Jillian Martin leading Southern Connecticut offensively. She's got 8, and the Owls back within a point. Bentley's largest lead was 6. Now we get a foul here against the Owls. And Steinauer with a jostle in the backside of Whitmore.
That's her first personal, first team foul.
Yeomans looks inbound, finds Whitmore. And now Yeomans gets it back. Will stay in man defensively. DuCharme gives the screen, fades out, gets Williamson to bite on the fake. Now out to Whitmore with 3 on the clock, fires for 3, nope. Struggle for Whitmore so far, she's 0 of 5 from the floor. There's Williamson, who's 1 of 8 herself. And she's called for a travel. Thought she got bumped. Did seem to be some contact there, but doesn't get the call. Take another look. Well, some contact, of course, but it doesn't mean it's a foul. So each team with their top scorer in a bit of an offensive funk so far. Yeomans for 3. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Haynes, who's been relatively quiet so far. Of course, the 2 fouls have played a part in that. Played 5.5 minutes in the first quarter. We get another travel here, this one on Steinauer. See, the ball gets caught up on her hip, and a hand on it, clean hand from DuCharme, forcing the travel. Interesting to see both teams have more turnovers than assists so far. I say interesting because they're 2 of the top 7 in the country in assist to turnover ratio. Let's credit that to the 2 teams defending well, shall we? Falcons looking for their first point of this quarter. Inside, DuCharme, pass across the lane, ill-judged and stolen easily by Fox. Owls tightening the defensive screws after going behind by 6. They can retake the lead here. We've already had 5 lead changes and 3 ties. Haynes, screen and roll to Williamson, but pass to the corner intended for Steinauer is read and stolen by Whitmore. Inside, nice feed to DuCharme, who slipped free as Steinauer got held up in the wash. DuCharme now with 6, and Bentley finally gets their first points of this quarter, restoring the lead to 3. feel like this game is really just starting to come to a boil. Williamson turnaround is short, and she has really struggled here. Nice hands by Haynes, bats away the pass from Morgan, but fortunately for Bentley, comes right to Yeomans. Inside, DuCharme, tough angle, through the contact from Steinauer. Not sure she needed to try to block that shot. It was a tough angle for DuCharme. We'll take another look here. But Steinauer had committed to the block, and that's her second. So now Fox, Steinauer, and Haynes all with 2 fouls for Southern Connecticut. So Kate Lynch gonna have to juggle things a little bit. Allie Sentence back on the floor, as is Renza Milner. Meanwhile, DuCharme heading to the line for 2. And it connects on the first. Haven't had any real substantial runs in this game. It's sort of mini runs, if you want to call them that, so far. DuCharme now 4-4 at the free throw line. And Bentley stretches the lead to 8. Williamson checking back in, trying to find her offensive rhythm. Officials are stopping things here for some reason, making sure the substitutions were legit, I guess. Williamson, by the way, a recent member of the Southern Connecticut State 1,000-point club. And now we're going to get Williamson coming out. Maybe she wasn't at the table in time. That might be the situation here. That would mean that Martin would have to go back on the floor. But see Kate Lynch having a conversation with the officials. Stephanie Hiriak-Lund, the assistant coach, also in on that convo. So Williamson, an Irish national, is pleading her case. See a look on the face as if to say, what did I do wrong? Let me in the game. Meanwhile, C. White continued coaching her team up on that side. And mercifully, the game restarts with Williamson still at the scorer's table. And Bentley on top by 5. Here's Haynes. And now Sentence. Entry pass for Martin. Knocked away. And a tie-up will give Bentley the basketball as the arrow favors them. And Williamson does get a chance to come in the game. The hands have been active for both teams defensively. And they forced the turnovers here. That time, nice read from Morgan. And DuCharme first to the basketball on the floor. I think maybe the week off helped Bentley. It was a tremendous game against St. Anselm last week. The Hawks were outstanding. Mentioned that Bentley didn't lead until Cabantu made 2 free throws with 6 seconds left. And it was a character-building win for Bentley. But getting some time off, partially to rest up and partially to prepare for this game, was helpful. DuCharme with the shot clock running down for Norman, but the clock expires. And Bentley just doesn't notice it quickly enough. C. White is saying, shoot the ball at the other end, telling her team you have to be aware of the clock. And Southern Connecticut, another excellent defensive sequence, forces the turnover. Busy day in the Northeast 10 Conference, 5 games. The one team sitting it out today is Southern New Hampshire. Haynes for 3, got it. There's that slingshot, shotgun kind of a take. And Haynes, who is all over the Northeast 10 Conference leaderboard. And for my money, if I had a vote for a player of the year, she would get it. She's been that good this season. Collision there between Norman and Fox, and the foul is on Norman, who never really stopped. It's an illegal screen. You can see here after the dribble handoff, she actually lost her balance. And it was relatively innocent contact, but it was definitely a foul. First on Norman, second on the Falcons. Southern Connecticut a chance to tie the game, or potentially take a lead with a 3. Fox for Haynes, closed down by Morgan. Step back 3 is good for 2, that is, for Delaney Haynes, who now has 8, and the game is tied at 24. So as I was saying, Haynes was relatively quiet. Pops up with a couple of quick hoops. Morgan, long two is good to put Bentley back ahead. Nice game so far for Nia Morgan, who makes twice as many threes as she makes twos. But her bucket puts Bentley ahead as we approach the 4-minute mark. Milner in the lane, spins over DuCharme, jump hook, off the iron. Good move, just didn't get the finish on it. DuCharme the hard push for Morgan, left side, tees up the three, short. Rebounded by Milner, and here come the Owls. Although Bentley has led for the majority of the game on the scoreboard, they haven't really had full control of this game at any point. It's been a very competitive game. Fox misses the foul line jumper. Yeomans with the rebound. Straight up the middle, looks for options. Whitmore right side, catch and shoot three, and she's got it. Well, Maggie Whitmore finally gets the bucket to take the 0 off of her name in the scoring column, and the Falcons back up by 5. I think both teams would love to have a little surge here at the end of the first half. Bentley's led by as many as 6. Owls have responded. Here's Haynes. Back out for Fox, who hasn't scored yet. Williamson triple teamed in the post. Tough turnaround and gets the friendly roll. That was the toughest shot she's taken all day, and that one finally fell in. Second field goal for Williamson. Now 2 of 11. Whitmore at the other end. Wide left on the mid-range jumper. So as quickly as Bentley goes up by 5, Owls get a bucket, get a stop, and we get a timeout on the floor, which we'll take along with the two teams. 2:46 remaining in the first half. Bentley on top 29-26. You're watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. Back at the Dana Center, Bentley leading Southern Connecticut State 29-26. Great to have you with us on this sunny, chilly Saturday in late January. Steven Zudelli and high above courtside. Marquee game in the Northeast 10 today without question. Bentley leading the league. 9-1 in conference play, and they've won 13 straight games since their only loss right before Thanksgiving against Adelphi. Southern Connecticut 2 games behind Bentley in the loss column. They're 8-3 in league play. They joined a 7-game win streak before a recent loss at Franklin Pierce. They've had 2 7-game winning streaks this season, by the way. Owls with the possession out of the timeout. Here's Hope Fox. Dumps it inside for Renza Milner, who's double team. DuCharme doubles, now goes out to defend against Raina Steinauer, who's called for charge. And Southern Connecticut coaching staff saying that was a flop. DuCharme really wasn't much contact. There was some contact. In either case, it's going to be a foul on Steinauer, and that is now 3 on Raina Steinauer. Talk about players who have been quiet. Steinauer's had a superb season, averaging almost 10 points a game, but hasn't scored in this game. Just 2 rebounds, and now she's on the bench with 3 fouls. Inside, Whitmore makes the catch in traffic. Ball rotates to DuCharme. Clean look straight away. That's too strong. Rebounded by the Owls. Bentley 3 of 12 from three-point territory. Southern Connecticut 5 of 8. Both teams shooting in around 37%. Allie Sentence misses the drive. Nice rebound by Jillian Martin. Stuck her nose in there, kept it alive. Earns her team a second opportunity. Now Sentence straight on for 3 in the tie. Got it. Second 3 of the game for Allie Sentence. The Owls' sharp three-point shooting continues, now 6 of 9, and they've tied the game at 29. Three from Yeomans in the corner is good, and the Falcons get it right back. Well, Bentley answers right away. Yeomans with her first triple of the game. She's got 7 points. Nice drive to the bucket and a foul on the perimeter as Fox tried to get to the hoop. Whitmore trying to defend. Some contact there. Enough to get her second foul. So both coaches having to deal with a little bit of foul issues for Bentley. Cabantu and Whitmore with 2 each. Cabantu's on the bench. I think Whitmore's about to join her. Meanwhile, for Southern Connecticut, mentioned Steinauer has 3. Delaney Haynes and Hope Fox have 2 each. And the baseline inbound for the Owls. A little pocket of space. Fox misses the jumper. DuCharme dribbles out of traffic after grabbing the rebound. Quick scoot up the floor by Yeomans. Obar looks inside for Norman. Powers it up at the left, high off the glass for 2. Second field goal for Sierra Norman. Fentlands with 5 in a row to push the lead back to 5 as we head to the final minute of play in the first half. Sentence doing a lot of dribbling. Haynes took the pass away from Fox, who it was intended for. Now it's Martin for the Owls. Nice cut. Milner gets away from Norman and lays it in. So first bucket for Renza Milner and a timely hoop for the Owls. DuCharme out for Yeomans. Norman on the wing. Pardon me, Morgan on the wing looking for Norman inside, but no angle for the entry pass. Here's Obar. Norman at the top looks inside for DuCharme. Great catch along the baseline, but her pass is too hot to handle for Morgan and out of bounds. And it's Southern Connecticut basketball. Bentley didn't quite have the angles right there. Nice catch by DuCharme. Did all she could, but Morgan unable to latch onto it. And Southern Connecticut a chance for a final shot if they so desire with 21.8 seconds left. And Bentley still committed just 2 fouls, so no bonus situation yet for Southern Connecticut. Entry pass goes to Haynes in the front court. Tightly defended by Morgan. And now it's Martin for Sentence. Martin inside, she's bumped by Yeomans with 6.4 to go. Her first. Falcons didn't have that one to spend, and they still have another one if they so desire. Yeomans, I don't know if that was intentional or not. If so, probably not the worst idea. Force the Owls to put it in play on the baseline. Looks for a cutting Fox. Obar got a hand on it out of bounds. It bleeds 9/10 of a second off the clock. Do it all over against you there. Obar reacting right at the end. Fox couldn't quite hang on to it initially anyway. Lob inbounds to Fox from Haynes. Gets a pretty good look high off the glass and hits it. First 2 for Hope Fox. Falcons will try to get off a final shot. Can't do it, and that will end the first half. So appropriately for the 2 best teams in the Northeast 10 Conference, a very close first half. Bentley led for most of it, but Southern Connecticut always able to come up with a bucket and always able to respond when Bentley scores. Gets the last hoop of the quarter and goes into the half down 1. It's 34-33, Bentley on top. Kylie DuCharme and Nia Morgan with 8 to lead the way for Bentley. Cassidy Yeomans chipped in with 7. Meanwhile, for Southern Connecticut, same thing, 8 for Delaney Haynes, 8 for Jillian Martin, 7 for Ellie Sentence. And we're at the half with Bentley on top by a point. We'll take a break along with the 2 teams, come back just before the start of the second half and look through the first half numbers and get ready for the second half of action in this close one here at the Dana Center. You're watching Bentley basketball from Waltham. Welcome back inside the Dana Center. We are at halftime where Bentley leads Southern Connecticut State 34-33. Steven Zerdelian here high above courtside after a highly competitive first half that saw the teams tied 5 times and the lead change 5 times. Bentley led for over 16 minutes, but they never led by any more than 6. So you can see the nature of the game. Bentley leading for the most part, but Southern Connecticut right there pushing them all the way. See some of the numbers. Shootings, both teams shooting in the low 40s. Bentley plus at the free throw line, making all 10 of their tries, plus 4 on the glass. Points off turnovers is certainly an area for Southern Connecticut that they've exploited. 14-6 in that area. Fast break points, which are not shown there, are 9-0 in Bentley's favor, so Falcons have profited in that category. But it's close on the stat sheet. 3-point shooting for Southern Connecticut has obviously been very good as well, 6 for 9. So when you actually look at their 2-point shooting, they're 6 of 20 from inside the arc and 6 of 9 outside of it. That probably won't be sustainable, but nonetheless, a very good, a very competitive first half. Bentley led by Kylie DuCharme's 8 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. She made all 4 of her free throws. 7 points for Cassidy Yeomans, 4 points, 4 boards for Amanda Cabantu. Maggie Whitmore, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And off the bench, 8 points for Nia Morgan, 4 points, 3 rebounds for Sierra Norman. Southern Connecticut led by Hope Fox. Led by Delaney Haynes with 8 points, made 3 of 4 shots, 2 of 3 from three-point land. Allie Sentence off the bench scored 7, 6 for Jillian Martin, and 4 for Katie Williamson, who struggled with her shot in the first half, just 2 of 10. Much like Maggie Whitmore, who was 1 of 7 for the Falcons in the first half. We'll see if either one can increase their accuracy in the second half. That might tilt the balance one way or the other in this game between 2 of the best teams in the region. Realistically, when we start to look at the teams in the region and think of the NCAA tournament, both teams very likely to be there. And I think two of the teams that are in the running for hosting duties, well, Southern Connecticut would really benefit by winning this game. The other team really in the mix is Holy Family, the team that Bentley beat in Philadelphia 5 days before Christmas in a key win. That was actually a part of a 5-game road trip, which included Bentley's win at Southern Connecticut State, which down the line may end up being critical for Bentley to potentially host the East Regional for the second straight year. Put that on the shelf for now as we start the second half. Owls go from right to left. They have the first possession. Here's Fox going baseline. Scoops the pass inside for Renza Milner, who misses the shot. It's tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Southern Connecticut. So Renza Milner in the starting 5 for the Owls as we take a look at that, replacing Raina Steinauer, who has 3 fouls. So a little twist there for Kate Lynch's team. 3 on the shot clock for Southern Connecticut State. Inbound it goes to Williamson, and now Fox gets the shot off and doesn't touch iron. 9th turnover for Southern Connecticut, matching Bentley's turnover total. A combined 18 turnovers and just 15 assists for 2 of the top 7 teams in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. The Falcons give it right back. The pass bounces off Cabantu's knee. In transition, it's Fox. Back for Milner. Pass cross court is tipped, and Jillian Martin runs it down. The Owls can take their first lead since the first quarter with a score on this possession. Fox. And now it's Haynes. Martin, everything on the perimeter here so far. They look to try to get inside. Milner drops it in the paint for Williamson. Her shot is blocked by DuCharme with the shot clock at 1. Williamson turns to the official and complains, but that's not going to do any good. At the other end, the other Owls are back defensively as the Falcons get it up court. Right corner 3 from Cabantu on the way. Got it. First 3 of the game for Amanda Cabantu, and then the 5th for Bentley. And a big turnaround there. Owls with an opportunity to take the lead, can't do it. And the 3 at the other end for Cabantu puts Bentley up by 4. Milner, nice little drop step, but can't finish it. DuCharme had the rebound, jabbed out of bounds from behind by Fox. Gives it a full effort going out of bounds, but can't save it. Take a look again here at good effort there by Fox. DuCharme not quite aware she was that close. Bentley retains possession. On a day here when Bentley's celebrating their 50th season of women's basketball. To the basket goes Whitmore, scoops it up and scoops it in for her first field goal of the half. So Bentley with the first 5 of the second half match their largest lead of 6. Nice start for C. White's team. Haynes trying to get free now. Williamson with a pump fake. DuCharme stays on the floor. Now it's back to Martin. Shot clock again dwindling. Nice fake by Martin. Drive and kick. Left side. Fox for 3. Front rims it. Ball loose on the floor, and we get a loose ball foul. I believe that's going to be on Cabantu. Her 3rd, so that's a key here. We'll see if C. White takes her out of the game. As we'll see Fox and Cabantu both going after it, and that is 3 on Cabantu. So that means more minutes for Nia Morgan, who played 18 first half minutes. Cabantu played 9.5. Not that Morgan played poorly. She was really good. 3 of 5 from the field, a couple of threes. Had a steal and an assist as well. So Cabantu takes a seat with 3 fouls. And here's Morgan defending Haynes. Owls looking to get on the board here in the second half. Nice defense by Yeomans on Martin. Forced to turn back. Now Williamson, turnaround jumper is blocked by DuCharme. Oh, and we get a late whistle and a foul on DuCharme. This will be interesting to see again. Well, some contact on the ball, but there was some contact after the ball left her hand, so give the officials the benefit of that one. DuCharme picks up her first foul, and Katie Williamson at the free throw line for 2, where she's the best free throw shooter in the NE10, 59 of 68, 87%. And the jinx lives as she misses the first one. Owls now 3 of 5 at the foul line. Bentley a perfect 10 of 10 in the first half. So Williamson not having her best day so far. Still a lot of time to affect the game though, makes the second. And pressure up court from Southern Connecticut. Falcons need to get it over half court. Yeomans does so. About a 1.5 seconds to spare. Obar, right corner three on the way. Yes, sir. A kick out by DuCharme shows her versatility, and Brooke Obar gets her first points. And this is Bentley's largest lead of the day. Inside, Williamson can't handle it. Forced pass knocked away by DuCharme. Williamson slow to get up. Here's Obar, bounce pass for Whitmore, goes underneath and gets the reverse layup to go. 7 for Whitmore, 10-2 for the Falcons to start the half. And it's a 10-point lead. And Bentley coming out of the locker room with energy, and I think Kate Lynch is going to call a timeout and stop this before it gets much worse. 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Falcons up by 10. Back in a minute. You're watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. Bentley on a 10-1 run to start the second half, stretching what was a 1-point lead now to 10. And it's for the first time we have some real separation between these two teams. Kate Lynch calling a timeout. And try to get her Owls back on track here with 6:20 left in the third quarter. There's Jillian Martin. Owls yet to make a field goal in the second half. Delaney Haynes defended tightly by Morgan. Raina Steinauer into the game despite the 3 fouls for the Owls. Long 3 for Haynes off the iron, and Brooke Obar with a nice block out retains the rebound. And Whitmore on the move against Steinauer. Has to be careful with 3 fouls. Whitmore with a difficult turnaround, flips it in. And all of a sudden, Maggie Whitmore, who had just 3 points at the half, has got 9. The Falcons keep the run going. It's a 12-1 run. They lead by 12, and that ends with the bucket here by Steinauer. So finally, Raina Steinauer, after going 1 of 2 in the first half, gets the shot down, and the Falcons give it right back on the turnover. So maybe that can galvanize Southern Connecticut State. Trying to score back-to-back hoops. Allie Sentence checks in the game. Lizzie Winkle also in the game for the Owls. Goes behind the back, nice feed inside for Renza Milner, who gets the reverse layup to go. Second hoop for Renza Milner, who averages 2 points a game, but playing some big minutes here. She's contributed nicely for Southern Connecticut. So it is back-to-back hoops for the Owls as they try to chip away at this Bentley lead. Inside, Whitmore, double team comes. Ball rotates left corner, Obar for 3. Got it! Excellent spacing by the Falcons. A nice pass in the middle by DuCharme. And the Falcons force another Owl turnover. So Connecticut getting a little bit sloppy here. Bentley tries to profit from it again. Obar now back for DuCharme. Blows past Milner, goes to the left, high off the window for 2. And a quick timeout by C. White, who almost took a tumble at midcourt, but gets the timeout. And the bucket for DuCharme means she's the first player in double figures. And the Falcons have stretched the lead to 13. We'll take a break too. Falcons in control here in Waltham. You're watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. Back at the Dana Center, Falcons lead by 13. They've had an excellent third quarter so far. They'll try to keep it going. Busy day in the Northeast 10 Conference. Everybody in action except Southern Connecticut. One of the key games here is Pace, who've won 5 in a row. They are at St. Michael's, and right now, with 9 minutes to go, they trail by 2, 42-40. Bentley will be traveling to Adelphi on Tuesday for the next game. The Panthers are in Worcester to take on Assumption, and that game is about the same point as this one is midway through the third quarter, and Adelphi leads by 2, 27-24. Owls with possession after the Bentley timeout. There's Jillian Martin. Back out toward midcourt, defended by Nia Morgan. Now it's Milner, poked away by DuCharme. Litwinko. And we get an offensive foul off the ball against Renza Milner. So that position went absolutely nowhere for Southern Connecticut. And the offensive foul counts as a turnover. 12 now for Southern Connecticut. Bentley's given it up 11 times. But Bentley hasn't missed a field goal yet in this third quarter. They made all 7 of their shots. The Owls, 2 of 8. hence the scoring differential of 17-5. Hand off from Morgan. Now Whitmore steps through in the lane, flips it up, score it, and one. Maggie Whitmore has really exploded in the third quarter. Here all the way across the lane, gets away from Sentence, little hesitation. Milner late, gets her on the arm. And Whitmore, all of a sudden, has a chance for the and one. And a chance to make this a 16-point lead. What a quarter it's been for Bentley. They have really opened it up here against Southern Connecticut. The Owls are trying to hang in there, but right now it's getting away from them. Whitmore with a dozen. Falcons are 11 for 11 at the foul line and 8 of 8 from the field in this third quarter. 11 of 11 overall at the free throw line, I should say. Here's Milner, right side of the lane. Isolated against DuCharme. Decent move, misses the shot, and DuCharme with another rebound, her 7th. 10.7 boards, 3 steals for DuCharme. A typically energetic game on show. Morgan kicks it out for Yeomans. Here's Morgan, pulls up, right elbow extended, hits another one. 9 for 9 for Bentley in the quarter. Morgan in double figures with 10. It's an 18-point Bentley lead. They have just overwhelmed Southern Connecticut in this third quarter. Haynes trying to get free. Great switch there. Whitmore jumps out on her. Now it's Martin inside for Milner. She's fouled on the catch by DuCharme. Her second, but Falcons are not over the limit, so it'll be an inbounding situation for Southern Connecticut, and they're just trying to find any way to get some traction here. So take a look at the foul committed by DuCharme. She knew it. Sierra Norman back in the game for Bentley, and so is Amanda Cabantu, despite having 3 fouls. Inbound goes top of the key to Fox, who misses the 3. Letwinko gives it a good try, but it goes out of bounds before she can get to it. And the momentum stays in Bentley's favor. Now, Bentley victory here would obviously make this a stranglehold atop the NE10. Bentley does turn it over. That is one area they'd like to clean this up. They've committed 12 of them, and that cost 2 at the other end. Is a nice drive by Jillian Martin. Gets Southern Connecticut 2 back as we approach the 2-minute mark. A Bentley win here would make it a 3-game lead in the loss column. Falcons turn it over again, but we're going to get a foul, I think, on Cabantu after Williamson knocked it away, or are they going to call it on Williamson? Let's see how the officials sort this out. It looked like a clean steal by Williamson, and they're going to not call a foul, which is probably the best course of action. Bentley a little bit sloppy. Nice read by Williamson that went off the foot of Sierra Norman and out of bounds. Well, it is a long way back from an 18-point deficit, but the Owls still have plenty of time. Still 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. As they put it in bound. Well, actually, there was a foul called on Bentley. It was on Sierra Norman. So that's her second. 4th on the Falcons. Step back 3. Off the mark from Martin. Rebounded by Norman. And the Falcons bring it up over the timeline. Yeomans, Whitmore, Norman, Morgan, and Cabantu. The quintet on the floor for Bentley. Norman in the corner, not where she does her best work. Gets rid of it. Now heads up to give a screen for Yeomans with 10 on the shot clock. Yeomans, a little hesitation dribble. Tries to split 2 defenders. Got bumped. No foul, and she lost it out of bounds. Another one of those that, if it was called a foul, you couldn't really complain that much. Off the screen comes Haynes on the run, tosses it up. Short, Norman with the rebound. Haynes had 8 points at the half, hasn't scored in the third quarter. Bentley's done a good job of keeping her under control. Here's Whitmore at the foul line. Pulls up, takes the 14-footer, and drops it in. 14 for Maggie Whitmore. And she has passed Claire Holston for 21st on the all-time Bentley scoring list. 1,266 career points. She's 16 behind her former teammate Ella Thompson at 1,282, who's next in line. Litwinko gets the 2 back at the other end for the Owls. And Bentley's lead is 16. It's peaked at 18. This magnificent third quarter the Falcons have enjoyed. .14 on the shot, 20 on the game clock. Yeomans. Now Morgan, defended tightly by Litwinko, back to Yeomans. Clear space for 3, on the way. All net for Cassidy Yeomans, her second long ball of the game. She's in double digits with 10. Largest lead for Bentley. Owls can get one last shot. Litwinko takes the 3. Good if it goes, it doesn't. And that ends the corner with the Falcons enjoying their largest lead of the game. A sensational third quarter, 27-9. They outscored Southern Connecticut, and they own full control of this game going to the final period. 61-42 our score, Bentley on top. Back in a moment, you're watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. Falcons on top by 19 as we make the turn for the fourth quarter. Around the NE10, we'll get you caught up here. We have a 3-way tie for third place between New Haven Pace and St. Anselm, all at 7-4, a game behind Southern Connecticut. New Haven is leading Franklin Pierce 44-34 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter in their game. Delphi leads Assumption 34-33 after 3 quarters. St. Anselm leads AIC 47-40 after 3 quarters. And Pace is trailing St. Michael's 47-42 with just under 3 minutes remaining in that game. So some close games around the NE10. This was a close game for the first half, but Bentley dominated the third quarter, and they lead by 19. Southern Connecticut trying to turn the tide somehow here in the fourth. They come out with aggressive pressure. Falcons break it. Amanda Cabantu comes up short. Falcons did not miss a shot in the third quarter from the field. A perfect 11 of 11, which skyrockets them to 58% overall. It dropped a little bit with the Cabantu miss. And we get a foul on Cabantu here at the other end, her 4th of the game. Not much there on the pass off by Haynes. Southern Connecticut, meanwhile, shot 4-15 in the third quarter, and they dropped to 36% overall. What a quarter it was for Bentley. They're +9 on the glass, +8 now after the miss for Cabantu. Turnovers, though, both ways. 26 total turnovers in the game, 14 committed by Bentley. Southern Connecticut trying to score first in the quarter. Steinauer misses. Jillian Martin with the rebound, now back for Fox. Steinauer scoops it over to Williamson. Caught mid-range, missed it. Third chance here. Steinauer on the bank, won't go. And DuCharme the rebound. Well, no luck there for the Owls. Some pretty good shots, but couldn't get one to go. Williamson now is 2 of 12 from the floor. And we get a foul off the ball as DuCharme slow to get up. Let's take another look here. That looks like it was right in the midsection. She's guilty of the illegal screen. Painfully. So she'll take a seat, as you can see there, at the end of the bench. Not very comfortable right now. It's her 3rd foul, so she might have come out anyway. Nonetheless, just grabbing her solar plexus and trying to get her wind back, I think. Yeomans deflects the pass by Martin, picked up by Whitmore. Obar in transition, bounces inside for Norman, powers it up with the left for 2 more. Norman with 6 points and 5 boards off the bench. At the other end, Fox on the drive gets the 2 right back. And then again, trading baskets won't do it for Southern Connecticut. Bentley by 19 with 8.5 minutes to go. And Whitmore looks backdoor for Obar. Sends it back outside to Whitmore. 2 Maine natives almost combined there on that. The shot is no good, but it's tipped out and picked up by Obar. It's almost, it's a second thought. Didn't anticipate getting the ball back, but Falcons do get it. Here's Nia Morgan. Pulls up short corner. Bullet pass inside for Norman. Flips it up and in. 2 more for Sierra Norman. 65-44. The second half has been a clinic for Bentley offensively. Nearly get the turnovers. Yeomans got a hand on the pass, but picked up by Haynes on the sideline. Now Steinauer spins in the lane. A whistle comes and a foul on Norman before the shot. So Bentley looking to make it 14 straight wins and hit the road for 2 games at Adelphi and New Haven with another W in their pocket and what would be at least a 3-game lead in the NE10. As we see the foul by Norman. And the loss would surely drop Southern Connecticut into a second-place tie with what could be a 4-way tie if everybody else behind them wins. Everything highly congested there. Inside Steinauer, great position, stripped away on the way up by Norman and out of bounds. And it will stay Owl basketball. Good hands by Norman on the help defense, timed it right. Whitmore got a piece of it as well. Williamson spins. Help defense from Yeomans. So Williamson, look, she took an extra step. The pass is kicked by Whitmore, so that'll put the shot clock back at 14. That was, I didn't think you got 2 pivot feet in this game, but no whistle. I think if it was a closer game, we might hear more howls from the Bentley side of things. As it is, they'll just play it out as the shot clock goes back to 20, that is, not 14. Steinauer with the left to the hoop. Whitmore blocks the shot, tips it into the hands of Norman. And now a foul on Steinauer, whose frustration is pretty obvious. Her 4th foul. And Kate Lynch decides, as we take a look at that last sequence, that it is time for another timeout. We'll keep it here with the 2 teams as Falcons have themselves a 21-point lead with 7:22 remaining. Well, for Southern Connecticut, a good first half, trailed by 1, but things have crumbled since then. See that Steinauer and Milner, the 2 in foul trouble for Southern Connecticut. Bentley, meanwhile, turned up the heat in the second half, and the shooting, especially in the third quarter, where they made all 11 of their shots impeccable. It's not just great shot making, it's ball movement, it's spacing, it's timing, and everything working together in that third quarter for Bentley. It's obvious when you have an experienced group of players that know each other, that understand the offense and that understand where they can take advantage of things. When they can execute like that, sometimes it almost feels effortless. 7 and change to go. Bentley with possession out of the timeout. They don't want to get too passive here, but they certainly want to make Southern Connecticut work defensively. Whitmore with 3 assists and a couple of steals to go with her. Team high 14 points, pulls up left of the lane and gets a friendly bounce. Well, the first half was eminently forgettable for Maggie Whitmore. She was 1 of 7 from the field. But she's 5 of 5 in the second half. We get bodies crashing to the floor as we get a held ball between Norman and Fox, and Fox took the brunt of that one. Gets tied up there, and as she gets yanked with the basketball. Whew. Luckily, everybody seems to be okay. The arrow actually favors Southern Connecticut, so we'll keep it here. Allie Sentence, nice move inside, flips it up and in with the left. Sentence with 9 off the bench. And Southern Connecticut staring at 2 losses in their last 3 games. Of course, they did lose back-to-back games earlier this year. The Bentley loss was preceded by a loss at St. Anselm by 4. Yeomans off the iron on the 3. And after that back-to-back set of L's for the Owls, they won 7 in a row. And they're still among the best teams in the region. Losing twice to Bentley would not be any kind of a shame for that, although they would like to get a W at some point against Bentley. Falcons have won the last 4 in this series. This would make it 5 in a row. And since the 2007-8 season, Bentley has won 22 of the last 25 meetings. So they had a bit of a hex over Southern Connecticut. Yeomans looks inside for Norman. Ball tipped outside with 1 on the shot clock. Obar gets it off. Couldn't get it down. And Whitmore called for the foul on the reach. Sideline pass for Martin might have been best left just defending it positionally, but Whitmore tried for the piece and gets a piece of Martin instead. Her third, and Bentley already with 4 fouls in this fourth quarter. Might not ultimately make a difference with 5:36 remaining, and Bentley with a 21-point advantage. Kylie Sentence trying to find some space. Williamson inside. Looked like she got bumped. Missed the shot, and out of bounds. It will stay with the Owls. Haven't had many free throws in this second half. Just 3 in total. Williamson split a pair. Whitmore with an and one. That's been it. Sentence has nobody to pass to, decides to take the shot, and misses what turned into a bank shot from 3-point territory. We get another held ball, and this time it will be Bentley ball on the alternating arrow. Okay, nice block out by Whitmore. Quick reaction by Yeomans to get there. So what looked like it was going to be a close game, potentially down to the final minutes. At halftime with Bentley on top by 1. It's gone completely the other way with the Falcons dominating the game in the second half. And now a touch foul on Sentence on the perimeter. As Yeomans was going east-west. Not a whole lot of contact there, but it is a point of emphasis for the officials. And we cross the midpoint of the fourth quarter. DuCharme thinks about the 3, goes inside for Whitmore, and she's fouled on the catch by Jillian Martin. The whistles are interrupting the rhythm of this fourth quarter. Take a look here, a nice seal by Whitmore. I think Bentley would rather take the pass in the bucket as opposed to the foul. But they'll put it in bounds anyway. Here's Whitmore. Now Yeomans directing traffic. It's been a nice balanced effort for Bentley today. DuCharme, Whitmore with 4 on the shot clock. Crossover to get away from Litwinko. Now on the side, Yeomans back to Whitmore, and they don't get the shot off. So a nice defensive possession for Southern Connecticut to force the shot clock violation. Look at Bentley's scoring distribution. Whitmore with 16. 10 each for Yeomans, DuCharme, and Morgan. 8 for Norman, 7 for Cabantu, and 6 for Obar. So it's typical of this team. Lots of people involved, nobody really having to carry the load. And Whitmore can have a so-so offensive first half and then come bursting to life in the third quarter. Here's Renza Milner, turns down the shot, now Sentence. Milner inside, makes a nice catch. Little jump hook is good for 2. 6 for Renza Milner. Owls have 19 bench points, by the way. Sentence with 9, Litwinko with 4. But the outcome for this game has long been decided. Whitmore inside. Size advantage on Martin, gets the easy 2, and Martin pleading at her teammates to give her some help, doesn't get any, commits the foul, and another and one chance for Whitmore. Again, that angle is good. The pass is perfectly delivered by DuCharme to Whitmore, and Martin has no recourse but to try and contest, and the foul means another 3-point play for Whitmore, who scored 15 of her 18 points in the second half. Versatile player Maggie Whitmore, averaging 5.5 rebounds a game, 12+ points a game, close to the top 10 in threes in the NE10. Connects on the free throw, so her second 3-point play of the half. And really right now it's just a matter of what the final score will be for Bentley. The largest lead was 23, they lead it here by 22. And a foul on Nia Morgan, which puts Bentley over the limit. In fact, both teams are over the limit with 3:38 to go. Good crowd here at the Dana Center today, partially celebrating the 50th year anniversary of Bentley women's basketball. Bentley, the all-time Division II leader in NCAA tournament appearances and victories, third in wins and in win percentage. As Allie Sentence makes the first of two. She's had a nice game off the bench with 10 points, the Central Connecticut State transfer. Makes the second, she's got 11. Just a couple shy of her career high, which was 14. Which came last year at Central Connecticut State against former Bentley rival Stonehill. DuCharme straight away. Now Cabantu back in the game. I know she's got 4 fouls, but if she fouls out, so be it. DuCharme's pass across the lane is tipped out of bounds by Fox, rotating weak side. 9 on the shot clock for Bentley. Norman high post. Takes the free throw line jumper with the shot clock down to 4. Ball is tipped by Milner into the hands of Cabantu, and yet another offensive rebound for Amanda Cabantu. And the Falcons take the game clock under 3 minutes. Yeomans finds herself in a cul-de-sac inside for Norman, off the glass for 2. So Sierra Norman becomes the 5th Falcon in double figures with 10. The balance has been just exemplary for Bentley. Litwinkle misses the drive. Norman clears the glass. Getting close to a triple-double, actually. I think that's rebound number 7. She may run out of time, though. Julia Eli getting ready to come in for Bentley at the next stoppage. Cassidy Yeomans, defended by Litwinkle. Now left side, Cabantu. Pass a little too tall for her to hang on to and out of bounds. And allows Julia Eli to come into the game, and a first appearance for junior Michaela Cooper for the Falcons, replacing Norman and DuCharme. Good day's work for both those two. I think clearly Bentley had energy in the legs today. Midweek break certainly helped. And Southern Connecticut kept up with Bentley for a half, but that was it. Haynes, a long 3 misses that she hasn't scored in the second half. She's been really kept in check in this game. Just 8 points for Delaney Haynes, all of which came in the first half. The leading scorer is Allie Sentence with 11 off the bench. So a tough day for Southern Connecticut. They'll lick their wounds, try to get back to work. A tough game against Pace coming up on Tuesday. Here's Julia Eli in the paint. Gets fouled, and we'll get free throws here as Haynes got caught on the switch. Bentley continuing to run the offense well. Yeoman stays patient, and Eli is able to get in deep, establish position, and we'll get a couple of free throws. 6 of 12 this season at the free throw line for Julia Eli. Rattles the first one in. Bentley now 13 of 13 at the free throw line. And the jinx did not work. Eli makes both free throws, and Nora Saluja checks in for Bentley, and she'll give Nia Morgan a break with 1:27 to go, and Bentley enjoying their largest lead of the game, now on top by 24. Didn't seem likely when it was a 1-point halftime game, but full credit to the Falcons. They've got the job done and then some. Hope Fox, nice pull up in the lane for 2. So Southern Connecticut will drop to 15-4 overall, 8-4 Northeast 10 conference play. A screen by Eli in the backcourt, and we got a whistle from all the way across the floor, calling that an illegal screen. Be interested in seeing that one again. Let's check it out. Yeah, Eli was standing just dead stock still. That is not an illegal screen. The fact that Fox fell down doesn't mean it's a foul. It'll be a footnote at best, but that is, what else can you do except stand there and not move? Litwinkle misses, gets it back, misses again, gets it back again, It's a blocked by Cooper and picked up by Cabantu. And as Rasheed Wallace would say, ball don't lie. So Bentley will improve to 18-1 overall, 10-1 in conference play. This will be their 14th straight victory. The 29th streak of 10 wins or more in a row. Got a reach in committed by Martin on Yeomans, out near midcourt. That'll mean free throws for Yeomans. And that allows Grace Klonsky to come in the game for Bentley for 28 seconds worth of action. And Yeomans, who's had a solid game today with 10 points, couple of threes, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Try to keep the Bentley streak alive from the stripe. And is good on the first one. So I mentioned Bentley 10-1 conference play. They'll have at least a 3-game lead. Well, they will have a 3-game lead in the loss column at worst. Let's see what else happens. And finally, Bentley misses a free throw as Yeomans goes 1 for 2. And it is out of bounds off Cooper. No, actually, we get a foul on Cooper. And here comes freshman Brennan Dorn into the game for Bentley. So he replaces Yeomans. So Cooper picks up her first foul. And it'll be Hope Fox at the free throw line.
Hope Fox to the line, shooting 2.
Well, despite the 2 Bentley wins over Southern Connecticut, fairly convincing victories in both. Bentley won by 19 at the Moore Fieldhouse. They're going to win by 20 some odd here. I have a feeling that we're going to see Southern Connecticut down the line if you're looking at it from a Bentley perspective. Could be in the NE10 playoffs. Remember, they faced each other in the championship game last year. Could be in the NCAA tournament because I firmly believe that both teams will be there come March. And there'll be more to be heard from the Owls. But today, it's all about Bentley, especially in the second half. A blitzkrieg in the third quarter where Bentley made all 11 of their shots and outscored the Owls 27-9, put them ahead to stay. And that will finish it. The final score, 75-54. Falcons have 4 in double digits, led by Maggie Whitmore with 19. Allie Sentence was Southern Connecticut's only double-figure score with 11. But in the second half, it was all Bentley, start to finish, and they keep their winning streak alive. We appreciate you spending part of your day with us on Bentley Falcon basketball. Our next broadcast, a week and a half away, Wednesday, February 5th, as the Falcons take on the Pace Setters. 5:30 tip time. If you can't be here physically, we'll be here on the air for you on Wednesday the 5th. For the rest of the crew, I'm Steven Janelian. Thanks again for watching Bentley basketball from the Dana Center. Your final score, once again, Bentley 75, Southern Connecticut State 54. Have a good night, everybody, and so long.